It seems silly spending a lot of money on a tennis ball machine when I could build one easily from cheap parts. It looks complicated, but if you look closer, this is a spade handle here and a mop bucket there to hold the tennis balls. And in the bottom of that, I've put a spinning disc with holes in to let the balls out one at a time. From there, the ball drops down and breaks the beam from the laser pen, and that triggers the firing sequence. Now to fire the tennis ball, I've used a motor salvaged from a cordless drill to pull back a slingshot I've made from car seatbelt material and rubber tubing. A sprinkling of electronics to control it all, and you get something that works surprisingly well. Now, the thing that connects the individual components of my tennis ball machine is that I bought them from my local shops. When it's the weekend and you want to build a quick and dirty prototype, there's nothing worse than relying on the internet for parts. Things take days to arrive, if they arrive at all. You really don't need that bottleneck. This is about rapid prototyping. My process goes a little more like this. Don't design anything. Just go to an out-of-town retail park and look for a DIY store like Wix or B&Q. Close by, you'll often find a Maplin store for all the electronic components you'll need, and over there is a Halfords for car and bike parts. With that combo of DIY electronics and bike parts within reach of one car park, you have everything you need to build almost anything with enough imagination. Go there with an end goal like, I want to build a tennis ball machine, and just walk around putting parts together, trying things out, brainstorming and designing. You can't design things in isolation without knowing what components you have available to you, so do your designing in the shopping aisle. It should be a tactile experience of trial and error. Think of it more like assembling Lego, except some of the pieces don't quite fit, so we have to use a little sawing and filing to make it go. See, the good thing about building stuff out of everyday simple items is that you only need simple tools to put them together. To build my tennis ball machine, I used a saw, some files, screwdrivers, and the only power tool I used was this drill. I recently lost everything, including all my old tools and my workshop in my last failed startup business. And it's happened so many times now, I just can't get a break that, let's just say I'm really good at starting again from scratch and putting together the bare minimum you need in tools to get things done. My point is, you don't need a workshop to build really cool things. You can go a long way with just a box of simple hand tools. I'm speaking to the people at home, the amateur tinkerers like me. You don't need to be an engineer or have a technical background. I'm a man of the arts. I did a history degree. The secret to building cool things is really this. I've just built a lot of crap over the last few years, and finally my turds are becoming more polished. Apart from being reunited with the family dog, moving back into my childhood bedroom in my 30s really sucks. But it has allowed me to financially recover, and I'm now saving up for a CNC milling machine and a 3D printer. This will change everything. Instead of having to try and fit together off-the-shelf parts and working with what I've got, I'll be able to think of a component, draw it on the computer, and have the machine make it in front of me. Using these tools, I'll be able to attempt a new project that's too crazy to go into right now, but it won't be long before I can start. So watch this space.